Today for Pilates with Patrice, we're going to do Pilates for strength. So this is going to be about a 25-minute class. I'm going to do a short warm-up and then we're going into our main mat work. So breathe in to prepare, make sure your feet hip distance apart, just look down and correct them if they need correcting. And just come in up onto the toes and down, just rolling through those feet as we warm ourselves up. We can bring some arm movement in as well and down. Just warming up the body for our mat work. Up. And remember with Pilates, breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. So breathing in, as if you're blowing through a straw. So in through the nose and out. Couple more. And then we're just going to soften our knees on this next one. Just soften the knees and just stretch the pectoral muscles, just stretching back. And here, just remember to keep your hips facing forwards and your tummy with a light engagement. Whatever you're doing in the Pilates class today, keep that tummy with a light engagement, unless I say a bit harder. It depends what we're doing, but we always need to keep that pelvic floor drawing up, so draw up the pelvic floor and the belly button towards the spine. Our ribs are soft. We keep that rib to hip connection. So down here, the hips here and the ribs here, we don't flare, we keep nice and soft and engaged through here. So shake out. And what we're going to do is stand at the top of our mat. So I'm standing sideways on here. So just stand at the top of the mat, look down at your feet, make sure you're nicely aligned, and then we're rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae. So again, draw that tummy nicely in towards the spine. The arms are soft, and as you go down really slowly. Try not to push the bottom out. Try to let the vertebrae lead you down. There's a weight on your head taking you towards the floor. Bend the knees as you get there. This is still our warm-up. We're going to do a few of these just to warm up the spine before we go into our main activity. And even when you're coming back up, draw that tummy in to help the spine stack back up, and our head is the last thing to come up. So down we go again, keep the arms soft. You've got this little orange under your chin, so your chin doesn't go right to your chest, it's maintaining that orange, that little space. Our shoulders are back and down, away from our ears. Draw the tummy in, bend the knees, and just start warming up the spine. Slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Come down a bit deeper this time, still keep a soft bend in the knees. And come back up. Make it slow, just maybe close the eyes. And think about the articulation of your spine, each vertebrae moving separately. And this is our last one, so again, that little orange under your chin. Breathe, draw the tummy in, and bend the back. Soften the knees, come down over the top. Look between the knees as you come down. And this time as we walk out, we're going to walk out into a plank position. So we're going to go straight into some strength work. So from here, I'd like you to tuck your chin in so you've got a nice long spine. And make sure your feet are really strong. So you push away with your heels, make them active. Draw the tummy in and make sure the ribs are engaged as well and back. And then we're going to just count to 30 here. We're just going to have a quick strength test. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now keep going and make sure you're keeping your buttocks engaged. Those glute muscles are helping. Your tummy's pulled up and back into the spine to keep you strong. And breathe. Remember to breathe through this activity. And let's do another 10. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just gently drop the knees really slowly drop the knees, and then push yourself back, keep your hands where they are, because we're going again, forehead to the ground, and just stretch the arms arms, keep the toes tucked under, stretch through the toes, coming back, and draw that tummy in again. So from here we're going to do a leg pull. So we'll take our right leg first, so you're pointing the toe, the leg isn't high, it's a bit lower than hip level, but the toe is pointed, the left leg is strong and supporting you, our right leg is off the floor, and we breathe, and we breathe, and we breathe. A couple more breaths, again making that eye gaze down to the ground, draw the tummy in, and back we come. And we lower the knees with control, really slowly again, really slowly. And we push ourselves back. Push back, take your forehead to the floor, stretch, stretch, stretch. And we come back in that same plank position. So we're going on the other side now, our left leg. So make sure your eye gaze is down, you're strong. Get your strength there first. Draw that tummy in for me. And then the left leg. So again, making sure it's not too high. The toes pointed. The arms and wrists are strong, so push your fingers into the floor, push the knuckles into the floor, push the thumbs into the floor, and breathe and breathe. Your buttocks are working, the glutes, the tummy's pulled in, eye gaze is down, shoulders away from the ears, and take that toe back down, and knees slowly to the floor, and push ourselves back. That's lovely. Very good work, everyone. So we're not finishing here. We're going to come back, keep the hands where they are and knees where they are. This time you might need to bring the knees in just a touch. So you're in a good box position. So from here, we're going to just give our feet a little bit of a rest. So give them a little bit of a bash. It should feel nice on the tops of the feet, just waking them up after that activity of having them underneath. And you're still working here under the armpits, so make sure your collarbone is nice and wide, so as if you're showing a necklace off to someone in front of you. And then from there, we're going to take the right arm out, and a balance, and then the left leg comes back, and it lifts up, it drops down, it draws in, and we come back. And the same on the other one, so the right leg goes back, left arm comes out, it draws back in and back. And we start to alternate now. So the thumb is facing up with the arm that's long and back. So drawing that tummy in still, a little bit faster with this, but making sure your hips are square, your tummy's pulled in and back. So this is just a short balance activity, and to keep ourselves in a good balance we need that tummy engaged, and back, and off we go again, and back. Now from here back into some strength work. So we're going to curl the toes under again, and this time we're going to lift the knees. So make sure your shoulders are back and down into the back pockets, the eye gaze is down with the little orange under the chin, and this time we just lift the knees a centimetre off the floor. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and lower down. Again, give your feet a little bash. And we're going to do 3 of these. And this is strengthening our upper body as well because our arms are supporting us. Back we come, ready, toes under, eye gaze down, breathe, 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 and lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Down we come. Feet bash. And before we do our last one, turn your hands. I'm just going to come so you can see me. We're turning them this way. So I do it from the side. So we turn our hands facing us. So our fingers are facing our knees. And just get your feet hip distance apart. And then just gently draw your weight back just to stretch those hands out a different way from the activity we've been doing. So just stretching up the inside of the arms, just little stretching there. Stretch the fingers, stretch the thumbs, breathe, draw the tummy in still, and back we come. So our last one, so make sure you're positioned well, make sure your knees are under hips, eye gaze is down, nice neck long, draw that chin towards the chest, tuck your toes, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and down we come. Give that feet a little bash, and this time we're giving our arms a stretch too. So come back on the knees, if you can sit on the knees, if not in a nice cross-legged position. Take one arm over and the other arm over the top of that. Make sure you're not on the elbow joint, and just breathe and have a stretch, but also make sure the shoulders are back and down. That's lovely. And then come back the other way, other arm, give it a nice stretch. And just for the fingers, clasp the hands, and round and up. And have a good stretch there too. Lovely, okay, arms down, give yourself a shake. So we're going to come back into our strength work. We're going to carry on working those arms. So for this one, we're going to do our box press up. So I'm going to show you different levels of this activity. So again, nice alignment, shoulders and wrists aligned, tummy pulled in, and just take your knees back so that the knees are over the hips here. Again, draw tummy in, ribs are nice and soft, and that collarbone is nice and wide, eye gaze is down. And from here, it's a tricep dip. So basically, we're bending like that with the triceps, but we're going to take the weight over them. So that's the action of the arms. But to get the work in the arms, in those triceps, you come over. So your weight is over the wrists, and then you're down and up. And you can come back for a rest, back into your box position, and down and up, and push back. So start to make this dynamic. So down and up and back. And what we're doing here, it's as if we're using our elbows as a shelf for our upper body. So down and up and push back. Down and up and push back. So when you're going back, it's a nice stretch for the spine as well. Keeping the arms where they are, the movement is in the middle part of the body. Down, up, and push back. Now if this is working well for you, you can come up, take your knees back a bit further, and just have the feet facing softly up towards the ceiling, and down and up. So we'll do 5 of these. So we're 3, we're 2, and we're 1, push back, take the feet down, now take a wide leg stance, and your fingers are up like little spiders, and have a deeper stretch. That was good press-ups. And back we come. So walk your hands in. So from here, we're going over onto our backs. So just come slowly onto your back. And before we go down to the ground, we're going to carry on warming up that spine. So I'd like you to take your hands either under your thighs or out here. So if you need the support under the thighs, draw the tummy in, and we're going to go into a curve. So we're going over the sit bones, back up and up. So down we come, down, 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 and up. So from this activity, I'd like you to draw your tummy in deeply, get length in the spine when you come up. So you're in a C curve here. You roll over the sit bones, you come up, and then down and up. So we're going to do at least another 10 of these. So this is a warm-in exercise for that tummy. building strength in our abdominals. And obviously, if you're feeling warm and it's feeling good for you, you can come down lower. So a bit lower and slowly up. So if you're going lower, make sure you're doing it with control. We're not in a gym class. This is Pilates, so it's slow and with control. And back up and up. So I'm going back to the half one because it's easier to do it and speak. So a couple more of these. In fact, probably got about 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and up we come, and then come down, and just take yourself over your knees, just have a little rest here. So maybe walk your sit bones away and just drape your body over, but still draw the tummy in for me. So draw that tummy in because that helps stretch your back. Just have a stretch before we come down. So from this next one we are going to roll all the way down to the ground, okay? So draw that tummy in again still and make it as slow as you can this time. Slow, 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 and as you roll, that pubic bone comes up, rolling through the spine, slowly, 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 and we're down. Now, draw the knees in, just give yourself a little rock here, just rock up the back, side to side. And from here, we're going into some of the Pilates 5 series. So we're going to start with single leg stretch, and we're going to go right the way through to finish off into double legs. So I'll talk you through them, and if you can keep up, please do. If you need a rest, have a rest at any time. So breathe in to prepare, breathe out, and we take ourselves up. We've got our neutral spine, we've got the little gap under here. So firstly, make sure you're nicely aligned, tummy pulled in, and do a 90-degree knee fold, one leg. The knee is over the hip, and you shouldn't be able to see your foot if you've got good alignment. So maybe just move that if you have to. Take the other one up, the same thing. Make sure you've got a nice 90-degree here. Tummy's pulled in, and we're taking opposite arm to opposite ankle and supporting the knee with the other hand. So it's 1, 2. So the motion is if you're pushing a button with that toe. So the big toe that goes away, push the button, nice 45-degree angle, and the body stays up at all times, and your eye gaze is between your knees. So you've got that, again, that little orange under your chin. So single leg stretch, keep that going, nice soft feet, don't put too much stress in them, but they're making your limbs long, they're the last extension part of your legs. Keep going, breathe, keep the body nicely up. You're sort of up on the back of your shoulder blades, ribs are down, and keep going. And then from here we're going to go into Criss Cross. So just going to bring the knees back over the hips, take the hand behind the head, keep your position, and you can have your hands clasped behind the head, take the weight of the head in the hands, and we go and twist. So this is our twisting movement. So we're rotating round the spine. The thing to think about when you're doing this, so the legs are the same as we just did, but you're rotating and you think about opposite rib to opposite hip, opposite rib to opposite hip. So it's working those nice oblique muscles. And breathe, breathe, breathe. So a couple more. You need to do about 14 of these, or 16, around about there, to get that feeling. But make sure you are drawing the tummy in at all times. You're maintaining that mouse tunnel under your back. And breathe. Your pelvic floor is drawing up. Nice long legs. Keep going, keep going, keep going. That's lovely. then we go into our double legs. So from here, we've done single, so now we've got our nice 90-degree engagement here, keeping ourselves up, and this time we take our hands to the calves and we shoot our legs out and our arms towards our ears. We come back round and over and round. So at least 7 of these. These are much harder than the single leg because there's all that additional weight over your tummy and round. So another 3, 2, and 1, and hold the last one. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Draw the tummy in and legs up to the ceiling and take the head down slowly. And from here, just point and flex for me. Point and flex. Just have a little rest and we're going to go into scissors. So today we're going to do scissors in a turnout. So that's a bit like the first position in ballet. So we're turning out though from the femur, from here, up into the hip socket. So your feet, if you bring them together, will be in a turnout position. And get yourself relaxed, shoulders nicely relaxed. And we'll just start with the legs. So in that turnout position, taking it down to a 45-degree angle, back up and down and back up. And soft point as you go down, flex to come back up. Soft point to go down, flex to come up. Now, again here, just make sure that your spine is in that neutral position. Soft point to come down, flex to come up. So you might not have your legs straight up because that might impact your spine. So don't need to come right up, just come to where is right for you. So down and up. So this is making length in the limbs, it's working our tummy, our abdominals, and it's also working our hip flexors as well and into that hip socket. So a couple more. Back up. And then we've got our finale in a second. So on this next one, just finish off, make sure you're in the same side. Now, get your back nicely supported, and we're doing Pilates beats to a 45-degree angle, and back up to the sky. So we're beating our ankles together, our legs are long, 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 long. Beat, beat, beat. Back up. Last couple, keep it going. And slowly draw your legs in and give yourself a little rock here. So that's all the hard work done. We've worked the front body, we've worked the back body. We haven't worked the side body today, which we normally do in Pilates, but I'll do some other sessions for you to do side body. And you can mix and match. But we're going to roll ourselves up. We're just going to do a little stretch out for the spine. So just soften the legs, and as if someone's got that cord on the top of your head and it's pulling it over. So it's coming over. We're going to stretch the top of our neck, the cervical spine. Take the arms out as if you've got a tabletop, work under the armpits, so down and come down, come down. Draw the tummy in still, draw the tummy in. And breathe and come back up. Because we've worked our legs, we're going to give them a nice stretch here for the hamstrings. So take the legs as wide as you can and just come forward gently. And just flex your feet, just give those hamstrings a stretch. And we're going to stretch the lumbar spine here as well, so just a little stretch. You can come right forward if that works for you. And breathe, breathe, breathe. And back we come. And we'll just finish off with a quad stretch. So I'm going to do that from the side as well so you can see the position. So coming back onto the knees to start. And then just lifting ourselves up. And then we're going back in one long line. So we're coming back, stretch, stretch, stretch. And up. And we go back again, draw that tummy in, ribs are soft. Orange under the chin, and back. If that doesn't work for you, you can do a quad stretch a different way. I'll just show you that while everybody else is finishing. Keep going if you're doing the first one. And if you want to do a different stretch, just take your leg behind you. And breathe, just have that last stretch on your quad. And then back, rolling on the other side if you're doing this other one, otherwise keep going with the first one. And nice stretch, stretch, stretch. And one final stretch, because in Pilates you do get a lot of hip work, so we'll just stretch out our hips. So taking the right leg over the left and just draw that in gently. Just have a nice long spine. Again, you've got that little orange under the chin, and have a nice stretch here. If that doesn't work for you, you can come right onto your back and do it this way, the long leg. That's a good alternative. And then whichever one you're doing, change to the other side. So left leg now over right. Draw the leg in if that's the one you're doing. Or go back to doing it in a seated position to finish off. Flex the foot just to protect the knee joint. And breathe. And back we come. And thank you very much for doing Pilates with Patrice. I hope to see you again soon.